Hello, everyone. Hope you guys are doing well. Happy to be with you guys for another public update video from Pro Traders Lounge. Going to be going over Bitcoin today because obviously we've had quite a 24-hour period indeed, realistically a day and a half. Now, the last time that we were together publicly was on Thursday, and I pretty much had the same sentiment yesterday that I had on Thursday, which was we need to wait for the data to develop. We were at, near range highs. We had our eye on a triangle that could break down. You can see the trend line, but we needed to see a real full rejection from that. And I'll go ahead and just play a clip from yesterday's Sunday Swinger video and just kind of explaining I had a bias to the downside, but the data was not telling me to be bearish yet. You need to know the difference between your bias and what the data is telling you. So let's go ahead and just take a look at that real quick for a moment, and then that can help me explain further what we'll be looking at. You can see that kind of clear trend line that we rejected from on Friday or Thursday, I guess it was. Yeah, Thursday. And came up, back testing it now. I don't know. I don't think it's going to hold, personally. I'll give you all my bias, but it's still developing data. We've got 5 hours left in this 12-hour candle. Have we actually broken through this trend line, which is above range highs? We did have an increase in volume breaking through range highs, and we have back tested it. So you can't be bearish right now. That's what I want to incorporate all this price action in here at the highs. These two value area highs right here. Yeah, because that's the high I want to have. This is kind of what I would call a confirmation zone. We're going to go ahead and label that. Confirmation zone. Essentially, if price holds, can claim and hold a back test, that's the key. It's got to hold the back test of this confirmation zone. I do believe we're going to, at a minimum, take out these highs. At a minimum. Now, of course, I'll be waiting for up here. May take this SFP, but that's, again, I can't call that until it actually happens. But if we close below this confirmation zone, I do believe we would, at a minimum, retest the range highs again. Now, Yunus mentioned that I had talked to him prior to the stream starting, saying that shorts were building up. I do see that. I see shorts building up over the weekend. As of now, we're waiting. We're waiting. If you want to wait for a short, wait for a close below our confirmation zone and a back test into it. It's a scalp because, again, I do think this could happen where, you enter here, right? It comes down. I think that could happen. I truly do. So make sure you're taking profits every leg of the way down. If we close above and we chase it, yeah, I would probably chase it if we close above 27,150, close this day and we start moving above at least for a scalp, because you got to think we're going to minimum take out these highs. That's going to be at least a few $100 move. That should have hit at least a couple of take profits at a minimum. So locally, that's what I'm looking at. It's, again, developing data. Nothing we can really go off of right this minute. So yeah, there you have it. Basically, yeah, I mean, I had a plan for the downside if we were to go. Quite frankly, I had a bias to the downside, but I also realized that the data was not telling me to be extremely bearish right there. There was a chance that we could have a move up, and that's exactly what we got today. I also did advise against the tight SFP scalp. Shane Dookie this morning, he got this level perfectly. Not surprisingly, we do have a slight kind of volume ledge, very, very slight, but I do see a reason to get a local top there. But we have not hit the scalp short area of interest that I've been waiting for. Now, again, we got to have plans to the upside. We got to have plans to the downside. So let's talk about both. Let's talk about the one to the upside first, because that's kind of the most obvious. We're in an uptrend. If we keep moving, we have our value area low of the impulse down around 28, let's call it 875, 870, something in that area. But however, since we've come so close to that area, this is normally when I would take this and extend it to include the point of control. because, yeah, I could see a wick through the value area low that could, again, end at the point of control, or perhaps even at this ledge behind it, but it's not too far behind it that it would really ruin a trade. We're not trading with crazy amounts of leverage here. And it is all paper trading anyway. But if we were to claim this scalp short area of interest, then I got to think that we have claimed back within our range. You know, we get up above here, then yeah, I'd be looking for probably a back test of this local area and then a move up to the midpoint of the range. Just as simple as that. It's a key level. We got our value area high here. If we claim the point of control, there's over an 85% chance we will hit this level. So that's a good plan to have to the upside. Again, we got to wait and see. I personally took a scalp long not too long ago, based off some fairly simple fundamentals here. Now, for me, I love sideways Bollinger Bands. You don't get great reversal signals from them, usually in the 1 hour plus. Now, we had a couple wicks through this, but the location of the wick was important to me. We came into the previous day point of control perfectly. That is our wick right here. Those in the lounge know that I love to trade reversals outside sideways Bollinger Bands, but we got that into an area of interest. The previous day point of control, got a nice pocket of liquidations down there. Everyone's probably expecting, again, you can see the shorting going on, looking for much lower. That is where I grabbed a scalp long for today. So that is why I'm long, but it's just a local scalp. It's already hit 2 TPs and my stop loss is at entry. So if price takes out the lows, I will look for another long. And let's talk about that because we want to go with the trend, right? Advanced traders don't try to trade every reversal, not all of them. We look to go with the trend, especially from a high time frame perspective. Now, you all got a glimpse of how I found that confirmation zone. And when I take an impulse pull, is how I read the market. And from low to high, look where our value area high is. Lines up perfectly with the top of our confirmation zone. The bottom's our little trend line right here. So if you didn't grab the scalp long here and you want to go with the trend, you got to be patient, right? You got to wait for either higher or lower. You can't scalp right here. And lower, I really like a back test. Bam, come on down. Take out all the longs that entered up here and anyone who's over leveraged up here. I like the idea. If my scalp currently gets taken out, that's what I'll wait for. I'll wait for 27,150 down to 27,050, roughly in that area. We go up, again, we're retesting the range highs. I'm still waiting. I haven't shorted this yet, just because it hasn't hit my area of interest to short it. I'm not interested in just shorting SFP after SFP getting knocked out over and over again. I have a plan in mind, and I plan to wait on my area. And again, if we get a dip down, this is a trigger for me. It's a beautiful trigger either way, because if we break below the value area low, below our confirmation zone, we're also breaking back below the trend line. We could be looking down towards value point of control, value area low. We know where to look if price starts breaking down. I'm not going to continue to long. If we go to the downside and start taking out low after low after low, I'm not going to long every SFP. I'm going to have a plan for that too. But for now, I'm waiting for a little bit higher to short. If we slice through this with some volume, I will take the small loss and I will look to re-enter on a back test. And I'm currently in a scalp long, so I'm not really chasing anything right now. I was patient enough to get that. But if we do drop down, I would look to take a little scalp right here. Again, if we lose it, take the small loss, look for the back test short in the same region, and take it down to the value area. Nice and simple, have a plan for both directions. Like I said on Thursday, that's what real traders do. If the move up happens, it's fantastic, but we can't bank on that. We've got to look for the scenario to the upside and the scenario to the downside. So in a nutshell, right here. You've got to take nothing else away from this video, be patient, and wait for our 2 areas of interest right here. So I hope that was a good update for you guys. Hope you got something out of it. As a reminder, everything that we discussed was for entertainment and educational purposes only, and all trades discussed were paper trades. Thank you all for allowing me to provide you with a quick update on the Bitcoin market, and I will do so again here shortly once we have some new data to dissect. Have a great day, everyone. Take care.